I mean, I would say on that point of them being funny, it's a point I've made before, so forgive me if you've heard it. But it's a very British thing to mock evil. And, you know, in the Second World War, there were lots of very stupid songs about Hitler. And the whole idea that Napoleon Bonaparte was short was entirely invented by the British press to mock him. He wasn't particularly short. But yeah, the British even now think Napoleon was tiny, and he wasn't. So we make fun of things, and so the Dalek design, although brilliant in so many ways, is a cross between an armoured tank and a load of household items. So it does look ludicrous. And you know, a story again that I've told before, I wish I'd stop saying that, I just pretend I don't remember telling them before. You know, when we did Dalek, and there was, what was that actress's name? Anna Louise Howman? Yeah, but what he played Goddard, wasn't it? Yeah. And she, you know, when we did the read-through and I did my first Dalek noise and everyone in the room went completely bonkers and screamed and shouted and applauded for what seemed like a very long time, I did that sort of actorly thing and looked round the room to see how much I was being loved. And I noticed one still figure, and it was her. And she'd been brought up somewhere in the world where there was no Doctor Who. And she didn't get it. Now, that was my first encounter with that element of her personality. But then, when we were filming the scene where the Dalek arrives in Van Stappen's office and backs him against the wall, do you remember? She's in the middle of the shot behind. And on the first take, she just stood there and looked at it. And Joe Ahern, the director, said, can you look a bit more scared of it? And she said, and she looked at it, she said, what of that? And Joe Ahern, who was a man of very few words, just looked at her and said, it's been killing people! And she went, yeah, okay. But she had to be reminded, because as a person who had no cultural connection to a Dalek, the notion that it was scary was entirely lost on her. You know, she just had to be reminded of its context in the story. Anyway, think of any funny Dalek